Hello, I am making this video um, to discuss something that I go through that I know other people also go through. I'm not alone. Um, and it's a combination of things, really. Even though you can pinpoint one thing and say it's that, I think it's a combination of things, and it's a combination of low self-esteem, sadness, or just overall depression, um, and just bad experiences socially, and also um, being undesirable to females, being having physical having a physical appearance that um, that repels females, women, girls, you know, the opposite sex. And the way I've realized this, it like I said before, it is, I believe, a combination of things. Um, it could be intelligence. I feel like I'm not very smart. I'm rather slow. You can tell in the way I speak. I speak in a very slow pace, a slow rhythm, a slow monotone. I don't have a lot of energy. Um, it doesn't matter what I eat. It doesn't matter if I eat the perfect diet, and I really do try to eat the perfect diet. Like, I eat very healthy, and it still doesn't translate into good energy levels. You know, I remember when I was exercising all the time and eating healthy, that I did notice higher energy levels, but it has to be, it's not sustained. Um, and I think that all ties into, just, me being ugly, me being, mentally slow, um, not sharp, not quick-witted, um, not confident, not sexually appealing, not smart, funny, whatever you want to call it, not a good personality. And I think one of the reasons that my personality was kind of I guess underdeveloped or poorly, it's kind of like I hate to say that. Well, it's I think one of the reasons why my personality is really, really, really bad, and um girls don't like it, is because when I was growing up, I didn't know any better. I didn't know that I was different, really. I didn't, and even if I was, I didn't pay attention to it. I was just a kid, I didn't, I wasn't really self-conscious, um, as I am today. Um, so I just went about my life, but then, I went through little certain experiences that made me look at myself, you know, and one of those was being, I remember when I was just a little boy, um, I was a very young boy. I was at Knott's Berry Farm, I believe. Yeah, I think it was Knott's Berry Farm, and I was with my parents and my younger brother. My brother is younger; he's a year younger, and we were in the spaceship ride or whatever. It's like it's a ride that you go in, you lay against the wall, and it spins around and it slides up and down the thing you lay on. Well, that's besides the point. What I noticed, and I remember this to this day, like it was yesterday, and I was a very young boy. I had to be like 5 years old. I remember these two girls were riding the ride too, and they were older. They were like in teenage girls, you know. They were like, I'll say 15 or maybe 17, maybe 14. They were just older than us. And I remember both of them gravitated towards my younger brother. And they were just so, they just went to him and they're like, "Oh, you're so cute. Oh, I want to ride with you." And I looked on and I realized that that was, they wanted him, you know. They didn't want me. And I think that's when I started to realize that the women don't like me. I think that was one of the times I realized. And they were just like, "Oh," and it was so obvious too, it was so blatant. It was two women, two girls, and they went for my brother. And even to this day, you know, my brother, he has a girlfriend. Um, you know, he's probably gonna get married and everything. I'm not jealous. I'm not a jealous person, but I'm just pointing it out. You know, I don't have any hate in my heart. I'm actually happy for him. You know, I'm happy that he doesn't have to go through what I go through, because I don't wish this on anybody. But I know many people are like me, and I know that there's many people like me. There's a lot of people like me. Elliot Rogers is like me. Um, you know, all the posters on Wizard Chan are like me. There's so many people on the social anxiety forum that I go on that are like me. There's other forums that I go on and talk to other people, and they're exactly like me. So I know I'm not alone, but you know, I experience it, and you know, it really has destroyed my confidence, and it, there's no really recovering from it, I don't feel, because it's been embedded in my muscle memory for so many years now. And there's just no when somebody gets so traumatized repeatedly and all the time, I mean, it stays with them. It's trauma. I mean, I'm pretty sure the definition of trauma is something that happens and it doesn't really go away. And I think that's what it is. It's trauma. It's like ego trauma, or it's like personality trauma. So yeah, when I was around 5 years old, I learned that. And you know, you might hear my voice. I don't project my voice loudly, and that's because, you know, I'm not a very confident person. You know, I don't. People are constantly telling me to speak up, and they always, when I say something, they always say, "Huh? What?" It's because, you know, I'm not confident, man, and I have a reason. So yeah. So yeah, I have to say, I was 5 years old, and that's when I realized it. And another time I realized it was in the second grade. In the second grade, I noticed that, you know, I liked this girl, but she liked another guy. You know, but she didn't like me. And you know, at that age, I was still naive. You know, I didn't know. I didn't see the full picture. I didn't know the whole story of, you know, my situation. But I would see that she, this one girl, she was attracted. This one girl that I liked, she was not attracted to me, but attracted to another boy, and that's when I also learned. And not only that, but I just um, just overall, I don't get a lot of attention from women. Period. Um, Not at all. Like, in fact, I actually feel like sometimes they treat me rudely, and if they are kind to me, I feel like it's probably out of pity, or yeah, it's probably out of them being conditioned, or them being trained as a human being to be kind to other human beings. But I feel like their instincts, their their nature is to treat me badly, or treat me as less than, treat me as not worthy. And you know I get those vibes. I'm a very sensitive person. I sense things. I sense things that are nonverbal. I sense facial expressions, body language, behavior, very subtle things, and I sense them. And it affects me. Even though I try to be strong, I try to not let it affect me. It does. But I'm rambling. Back to what I originally wanted to talk to about. What I originally wanted to say was how, my situation. You can pinpoint. You can pinpoint one thing that it is, that I have, that you could say, well, it's this that is causing me to be just so unsuccessful in life. But I think it's, like I said, I think it's a combination of things. I think it's a lot of things. I think it's like I said, my intelligence level, my appearance, my physical appearance. Just to and not only that, but it's my previous experience. You know, I have experience that is saddening. And I don't think it. I'm just not a liked person. All my life I felt like I didn't belong, like, to nothing. Even in the groups that I am in, I don't feel like I belong, or I don't feel liked. I don't feel welcomed. I don't feel like somebody cares about me. Not even my own parents. I know that's a little extreme, but I feel like my mom is just, she's just loving me because I'm her son, and no other reason. And same with my dad. I feel like he's the same way. And it is depressing to think about. But back to what I was saying. Let me elaborate about my physical appearance. When nobody, when you encounter other human beings, you have nothing to go off on. No, nothing to go by when you encounter them for the first time, strangers, except their appearance. And I feel like my appearance is just a 1. I'm a 1 out of 10, like just a 1, like, seriously. And the reason I say this is because I know it's true, because I've seen girls go through certain behavior, certain, like, a protocol, like a certain way of acting around guys who